stay with us for our next story. In the latest turn of events in India-Pakistan conflict, India has accused Pakistan of sponsoring decades of terror attacks, including the 2008 Mumbai attacks and the recent massacre of tourists in Pahalgam. During a strong statement delivered at the United Nations Security Council, speaking at an open debate on the protection of civilians in armed conflict, India's permanent representative to the UN Ambassador Parvatanen Harish slammed Pakistan for making baseless allegations and pointed to a long history of cross-border terrorism backed by Islamabad. He stated that the primary targets of Pak-sponsored attacks have been civilians with the clear intent of undermining India's progress, prosperity, and morale. Let's listen in.
Mr. President, I'm constrained to respond to the baseless allegations of the representative of Pakistan on a number of issues. First, India has experienced decades of Pakistani-sponsored terrorist attacks across our borders. This has ranged from the horrific 26/11 attack on the city of Mumbai to the barbaric mass murder of innocent tourists in Pahalgam in April 2025. The victims of Pakistani terrorism have been predominantly civilians, since its objective has been to attack our prosperity, our progress, and our morale. For such a nation to even participate in a discussion on protection of civilians is an affront to the international community. Second, Pakistan has repeatedly used a civilian cover to advance the cause of terrorism. We just recently saw senior government, police, and military officials pay respects at the funeral of noted terrorists targeted by Operation Sindoor. A nation that makes no distinction between terrorists and civilians has no credentials to speak about protecting civilians.
These comments follow heightened tensions after the Pahalgam terror attack that claimed 26 lives. India hit back with airstrikes on May 7, targeting terror camps in Pakistan and POK. Pakistan's retaliatory attempts over the next 3 days ended after military talks and a ceasefire on May 10th. The International Monetary Fund has announced that its next funding review for Pakistan will take place in the second half of 2025, with ongoing discussions underway to finalize the 2026 fiscal budget. The IMF emphasized the need to control inflation, aiming to keep it within the central bank's 5 to 7% medium-term target. Pakistani officials remain committed to fiscal consolidation, targeting a primary budget surplus of 1.6% of GDP. Following a successful review, the IMF approved $1 billion in aid, confirming Pakistan met all targets under the Extended Fund facility. However, 11 new structural conditions have been imposed amid concerns that rising tensions with India could undermine fiscal and reform goals. Now we move on to North America. A U.S. judge has temporarily blocked the Trump administration from revoking Harvard University's ability to enroll foreign students. The decision halts a policy that could have impacted over 7,000 visa holders, causing significant disruption at the prestigious school. Harvard argued that the move was in retaliation for its refusal to align with Trump's political agenda and a violation for its academic independence. The administration cited national security concerns, but the judge ruling offers temporary relief while legal proceedings continue. Harvard has warned that the policy could severely damage its academic programs and finances. Meanwhile, the Chinese government said that the move to ban international students from Harvard would damage America's global reputation, with students and parents overseas expressing their concern. Syria has welcomed